Hello everyone, welcome to FG LAWKIT channel. In this video, we will be discussing AIBE 15th attempt, which was conducted in January 2021. Let's begin with the first question. Section 66A of Information Technology Act was held unconstitutional in the case of Share Signal vs Union of India. Option C. Next question. A teacher is not a workman within the purview of Industrial Dispute Act was held in the case of A. Sundambal vs Government of Goa. Option C. Next question. According to Factories Act, child means a person who has not completed his 15 years of age. Option A. It is mentioned under Section 2C of Factories Act. Next question. According to Section 7(4) of Arbitration and Conciliation Act, arbitration agreement is in writing if it contained in a document signed by the parties, correct? An exchange of letter, telegrams or other means of telecommunication which provide a record of agreement, correct? An exchange of statements of claim and defense is in which the alleged by one party and not denied by the other, correct? So answer will be option D, all of the above. Next question. Waiver of right to object deviance from arbitration agreement is mentioned under dash of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act. It's option B, Section 4. Next question. A intentionally and falsely leads B to believe that certain land belongs to A and thereby includes B to buy and pay for it. The land afterwards became the property of A and A seeks to set aside the sale on the ground that at the time of sale he had no title. He will not be allowed to prove his want of title. Which section of Indian Evidence Act is applicable? It's option C, Section 115. Next question. The Arbitration Act 1996 repeals the Arbitration Act 1940, correct? The Arbitration Protocol and Convention Act 1937, correct? The Foreign Awards Recognition and Enforcement Act 1961, correct? So answer will be option D, all of the above. Next question. Section 265A to 265L, Chapter 21 of the Criminal Procedure Code deals with the concept of plea bargaining. Option D. Next question. Security for good behavior from habitual offenders is dealt under Section 110 of CRPC. Option B. Next question. XYZ jointly promised to pay A an amount of rupees 50,000. Subsequently, XY became untraceable. Can A compel Z to pay? A can compel under Section 43 Para 1 of Contract Act. Option A. Next question. Delivery of goods by one person to another person for some purpose upon a contract that they shall, when the purpose is accomplished, be returned or disposed of according to the directions of the person delivering them. This process is termed as bailment. Option B. It is mentioned under Section 148 of Indian Contract Act. Next question. Section 14A inserted by the Specific Relief Amendment Act 2018 relates to power of the courts to engage experts. Option A. Next question. Parliament may by law establish administrative tribunals under dash of the Constitution. It's option B, Article 323A. Next question. The Bar Council of India has to lay down the standards of professional conduct and advocate for the advocates under Section 7(1)(b) of Advocate Act 1961. Option B. Next question. According to Section 49 of the Advocate Act 1961, the Bar Council of India has power to make rules, qualification for membership of Bar Council and the disqualification for such membership, correct? The class or category of persons entitled to be enrolled as advocates, correct? The standards of legal education to be observed by universities in India and the inspection of universities for that purpose, correct? So answer will be option D, all of the above. Next question. Requisites of valid adoption. No adoption shall be valid unless the person adoption has the capacity and also the right to take in the adoption. The person given in adoption has the capacity to do so. The person adopted is capable of being taken in the adoption. And the adoption is made in compliance with the other conditions mentioned in this chapter, mentioned under Section 6 of Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act. Option A. Next question. According to Muslim Women Protection of Right on Marriage Act 2019 and in pronouncement of talaq as defined under the act by the Muslim husband upon his wife by word, either spoken or written, or in electronic form, or in any other manner whatsoever, shall be void, cognizable, compoundable. So answer will be option D, all of the above. Next question. The Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005 provides for women co-pasture rights at par with men, correct? Inheritance right in agricultural land from her parents at par with her brothers, correct? Inheritance of the self-acquired agricultural land of her deceased husband, correct? So answer will be option D, all of the above. Next question. Section 25 of the Hindu Marriage Act provides for permanent alimony and maintenance. Option B. Next question. A Hindu wife has been living with her children and all the children has been brought up by her without any assistance and help from the husband many years. The wife was entitled to separate residence and maintenance under Section 18 2A of Hindu Adoption and Maintenance Act. Option C. Next question. Imposition of compensatory cost in respect of false or vexatious claims or defences is dealt under Section 35A of CPC. Next question. Which provision under the Code of Civil Procedure deals with the substituted service of summons upon the defendant? It's option C, Order 5, Rule 20. Next question. The question is whether A owes B rupees 10,000. Which of the following statements are relevant under Evidence Act? The fact that A asked C to lend him money, correct? D said to C in A's present and hearing, I advise you not to trust A for he owes B 10,000 rupees, correct? A went away without making answer, correct? So answer will be option D, all of the above. Next question. So much of such information, whether it amounts to a confession or not, as relates distinctly to fact thereby discovered by the police, may be proved under Section 27 of the Evidence Act, option C. Next question. When the court has to form an opinion upon a point of foreign law or of science or art, or as to identify of handwriting or finger impression, the opinions upon that point of persons especially skilled in such foreign law, science or art, or in question as to identify of handwriting or finger impression are relevant facts. This is under dash of the Indian Evidence Act. It's option B, Section 45. Next question. According to Environmental Protection Act 1986, environmental pollutant means any solid, liquid or gaseous substance present in such concentration as may be or trend to be injurious to environment. Option C. Next question. National Green Tribunal cannot exercise its jurisdiction with reference to Wildlife Protection Act 1972, correct? Scheduled Tribes and Other Traditional Forest Dwellers and Recognition of Forest Rights Act 2006, correct? So answer will be option D, both A and B. Next question. An attempt to acquire sensitive information such as usernames, password and credit card details, and sometimes indirectly money by masquerading as trustworthy entity in an electronic communication is known as phishing. Option C. Next question. The plea bargaining is applicable only in respect of those offences for which punishment of imprisonment is up to a period of 7 years. Option A. Next question. From a plain reading of Section 195 CRPC, it is manifest that it comes into operation at the stage when the court intends to take cognizance of an offence under Section 190 subsection 1 CRPC, and it has nothing to do with the statutory power of the police to investigate it into an FIR, which discloses a cognizance offence. In other words, the statutory power of the police to investigate under the code is not in any way controlled or circumscribed by Section 195 CRPC. This was held by the Supreme Court in the case of Raj Singh vs. State. Option B. Next question. Indemnity contract is defined under Section 124 of Indian Contract Act. Option A. Next question. Peak vs. Gurney is a famous case related to fraud. Option B. Next question. Which provision under Criminal Procedure Code 1973 deals with the procedure to be adopted by the magistrate to record confession and statements? It's option B, Section 164. Next question, attachment of property of person absconding can be done under section dash of the CRPC. It's section 83, option A. Next question, magistrate may dispense with personal attendance of accused under section dash of CRPC. It's option C, section 205. Next question, the Supreme Court invoked the principle of transformative constitutionalism in the case of Navtej Singh Johar versus Union of India, option A. Next question, the provision of IPC apply also to any offence committed by any citizen of India in any place without and beyond India, correct? Any person on any ship or aircraft registered in India wherever it may be, correct? Any person in any place without and beyond India committing offence targeting a computer resource located in India, correct? So answer will be option D, all of the above. Section 105H of CRPC deals with forfeiture of property in certain cases, option A. Next question, bar to taking cognizance after lapse of a period of limitation is dealt under section 168 of CRPC, option D. Next question, degree holder means any person in whose favor a degree has been passed or any order capable of execution has been made, option A. Next question, under the Patent Act, which of the following are not patentable? A method of agriculture or horticulture, correct? Presentation of information, correct? Topography of integrated circuits, correct? So answer will be option D, all of the above. Next question, Anuradha Basin versus Union of India on 10th January 2020 relates to a challenge under Article 32 of the Constitution seeking issuance of an appropriate writ for setting aside orders of a government by which all modes of communication including internet have been shut down in Jammu and Kashmir, option A. Next question, section 66A of Information Technology Act was struck down under Article 19(1)A, read with Article 19(2) in the case of Shreya Signal versus Union of India, option D. Next question, Article 145(3) of the Indian Constitution states that minimum number of judges who are to sit for the purpose of deciding any case involving a substantial question of law as to interpretation of this constitution or for the purpose of hearing any reference, Article 143 shall be 5, option C. Next question, the utility of public interest litigation, liberalized locus standi, correct? The proceedings are non-adversarial, correct? Procedural requirements are liberalized, correct? So answer will be option D, all of the above. Next question, the petitioner, a professor of a political science who had done substantial research and deeply interested in ensuring proper implementation of constitutional provisions, challenged the practice followed by the state of Bihar and promulgating numbers of ordinance without getting the approval of the legislature. The court held that the petitioner as a member of a public has sufficient interest to maintain a petition under Article 32. This relates to the case of D.C. Vadhav versus State of Bihar, option B. Next question, where a legal wrong or legal injury is caused to a person or to the determinants class of a person by reason of violation of any constitutional or legal rights, or any burden is imposed in the contravention of any constitutional or legal provision, or without authority of law, or any such legal wrong or legal injury or illegal burden is threatened, and such a determinants class of persons by reason of poverty, helplessness, or disability of or socially or economically disadvantaged position unable to approach the court for relief. Any member of public can maintain an application for an appropriate direction, order or writ in High Court under Article 226, and in case any breach of fundamental rights of such person determinant class of person in the court under Article 32 seeking judicial redress of a legal wrong or legal injury caused to such person or determinants class of persons. Justice Bhagwati in the case of its option C, S.P. Gupta versus Union of India. Next question, the definition of money under GST law does not include currency held for numismatic value, option B. Next question, under Article 279A, GST Council is constituted by The President. Option C. Next question. The definition of contract is defined under Section 2H of Indian Contract Act. Option B. Next question. Voluntary throwing or attempt to throw acid is an offence punishable under Section 326B of IPC. Option A. Next question. A is at work with hatchet. The head files off and kills a man who is standing by. Here, if there was no want of proper caution on the part of A, his act is an offence of murder, no. An offence of culpable homicide, no. An offence of causing grievous hurt, no. So, answer will be option C, not an offence. Next question. A, with the intention of causing Z to be convicted of a criminal conspiracy, writes a letter in imitation of Z's handwriting, purporting to be the address to an accomplice in such criminal conspiracy, and puts the letter in a place which he knows that officers of the police are likely to search. A has committed an offence under Section 192 of IPC. Option B. Next question. India, that is Bharat, shall be Union of States. Option C. Next question. In MC Mehta vs. Union of India, Sri Ram Fertilizers case, the court held that in escape of toxic gas, the enterprise is strictly and absolutely liable to compensate all those who are affected by the accident, and such liability is not subject to any exception which operates vis-a-vis the tortious principle of the strict liability. Option A. Next question. Under Section 70 of the Indian Contract Act, where a person lawfully does anything for any person or delivers anything to him not intending to do so gratuitously, and such other person enjoys the benefit thereof, the latter is bound to make compensation to the former in respect of or to restore the thing to done or delivered. This principle is known as quantum merit. Option C. Next question. Agreement is a promise or set of promise forming consideration to each other. Option A. Next question. Under the Land Acquisition Act, the expression land includes benefits to arise out of land, correct. Things attached to the earth, correct. Things permanently fastened to anything attached to the earth, correct. So, answer will be option D, all of the above. Next question. Temporary occupation of waste or arable land procedure when difference as to compensation exists is provided under Section 35 of Land Acquisition Act. So, option C. Next question. Suits by indigent persons dealt under Order 33 of CPC. Option B. Next question. Rest gested relevancy of facts forming part of the same transaction is dealt under Section 6 of Indian Evidence Act. Option A. Next question. Among other things, the function of Bar Council of India includes laying down standards of professional conduct and etiquettes for advocates. Under which section of Advocate Act? It's option A, Section 7. Next question. According to Justice AIBE PYQ, what are the 7 lamps of advocacy? It's honesty, courage, industry, wit, elegance, judgment, and fellowship. Option B. Next question. Minimum number of directors in a public company. It's option A, 3. Next question. An associate company in relation to another company means a company in which that other company has a significant influence but which is not subsidiary company of the company having such influence and includes a joint venture company. Option B. Next question. The Supreme Court has legalized living wills and passive euthanasia subject to certain conditions in the case of Common Cause vs. Union of India. Option B. Next question. Article 310 of the Constitution mentions about doctrine of pleasure with a reference to civil servants. Option D. Next question. Right to know the antecedents of the candidates in the election flow from. It's option A, Article 19(1)(a). Next question. In the preamble of the Indian Constitution, the expression liberty is followed by the words of thought, expression, belief, faith, and worship. Option B. Next question. According to the Income Tax Act, zero-coupon bond means a bond issued by any infrastructure capital company or infrastructure capital fund or public sector company or scheduled bank on or after the first day of June 2005, correct? In respect of which no payment and benefit is received or receivable before maturity or redemption from infrastructure capital fund or public sector company or scheduled bank, correct? which the capital government may, by notification in the official gazette, specify in this behalf. Correct. So answer will be option D, all of the above. Next question. Provisions relating to GST are inserted in the Constitution by the Constitution 101st Act 2016, option A. Next question. A is accused of waging war against the government of India by taking part in an armed insurrection in which property is destroyed, troops are attacked and holes are broken open. The occurrence of these facts is relevant as forming part of the general transaction, though A may not have been present at all of them. Under which section of Indian Evidence Act? It's option B, section 6. Next question. Section 110 of the Evidence Act deals with burden of proof as to ownership. Option C. Next question. Section 113A of Evidence Act deals with its presumption as to abatement of suicide by a married woman. Option D. Next question. In which of the following case the offence of sedition was in issue? Queen versus Bal Gangadhar Tilak, correct. Niharendu Dutt versus Emperor, correct. Kedarnath Singh versus State of Bihar, correct. So answer will be option D, all of the above. Next question. Deliberate and malicious act intended to outrage religious feelings of any class by insulting its religion or religious belief is an offence under section 295A, option B. Next question. Under section 29 of CRPC, the Court of Chief Judicial Magistrate may pass any sentence authorized by law except a sentence of death, correct. Imprisonment for life, correct. Imprisonment for a term exceeding 7 years, correct. So answer will be option D, all of the above. Next question. Provisions regarding filing of suits by an alien under the Code of Civil Procedure is dealt under section 83, option D. Next question. An order issued by a court under Civil Procedure Code 1908 as per Order 21, Rule 46 for recovery of amount due to the judgment creditor is known as garnishee order, option B. Next question. Section 88 read with Order 35 of Code of Civil Procedure 1908 deals with interpleader suits, option A. Next question. Vis major means act of God, option A. Next question. According to classical doctrine of act of state in law of torts means an act of the sovereign power of a country that cannot be challenged, controlled or interfered with by principal courts, option A. Next question. In torts, all persons who aid or counsel or direct or joined in the committal of a wrongful act are known as joint tortfeasors, option B. Next question. MC Mehta versus Union of India relates to oleum gas leak, option A. Next question. A.K. Karippa versus Union of India relates to likelihood of bias, option A. Next question. Judicial control of delegated legislation may be exercised on the grounds of doctrine of ultravirus, correct. Malafites, correct. Exclusion of judicial review, correct. So answer will be option D, all of the above. Next question. The principle of res judicata is dealt under section dash of CRPC. It's option C, section 11. Next question. Section 14 of the CPC deals with presumption as to the foreign judgments, option B. Next question. A residing in Delhi publishes in Kolkata statement defamatory of B. B may sue A either in Kolkata or in Delhi, option D. Next question. Mere illegality of strike does not per se spell unjustificability. Justice Krishan Iyer, name the case. Gujarat Steel Tubes versus Gujarat Steel Tubes Mazdoor Sabha, option C. Next question. A workman aggrieved by the order of dash may directly make an application to the Labour Court or Tribunal for adjudication of the dispute, and the court tribunal is empowered to adjudicate such disputes as it has been referred to it by the appropriate government. It's dismissal, discharge, retrenchment or otherwise termination of service, option B. Next question. The National Consumer Dispute Redressal Commission was constituted in the year of 1988, option A. Next question. What is the limitation period applicable to the three forums in the entertaining a complaint under Consumer Protection Act 1986? 1986 का जो एक्ट है वो रिपील्ड हो गया है. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू 2019 एक्ट 1 year from the date on which the cause of action arises. So इसमें आंसर नहीं है वो. Next question. Under section 82 of the Indian Penal Code, nothing is an offence which is done by a child under the age of 7 years. Option B. Next question. R.V. Dudley and Stephen stands for the principle that killing an innocent life to save his own is not a defense and necessity cannot be pleaded as a defense against the murder. Option A. Next question. On and from the commencement of Hindu Succession Amendment Act 2005, a joint Hindu family governed by Mitakshaha law conferring on daughter co-pastorate status by the substituting new section for Section 6. Option A. Next question. Section 5 of Hindu Marriage Act relates to conditions of Hindu marriage. Option D. Next question. A marriage between a girl of 22 years marries her maternal uncle's son of 23 years in accordance with the Special Marriage Act. Such marriage is void. Option C. Because it come into Sapenda relationship and prohibited relationship. This was the last question of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Before the exam of AIBE, do refer PYQs as it helps in the revision. If you want PYQs of AIBE and other competitive exam, then you can visit our website sortmylawschool.com and download it for free of cost.